Let's discuss benchmarking process for sourcing and procurement process. 1. Define goals and objectives. Start by clearly defining the goals and objectives of the benchmarking process, such as cost savings, improved supplier performance, or increased process efficiency. Key components of this step include identifying key performance indicators, that is, KPI, and establishing a baseline for measuring progress. Key roles involved in this step include procurement and supply chain managers, as well as senior leadership. In terms of industry trends, companies are increasingly focusing on sustainability and ethical sourcing as key objectives for their sourcing and procurement processes. Challenges in this step include aligning goals and objectives with overall business strategy and managing stakeholder expectations. IT functionalities leveraged in this step include data analytics tools for tracking performance metrics and dashboards for visualizing progress. 2. Identify best practices. Research and identify best practices in sourcing and procurement from industry leaders, academic literature, and professional associations. Key components of this step include conducting a thorough review of existing literature and benchmarking studies, as well as engaging with industry experts and thought leaders. Key roles involved in this step include procurement and supply chain managers, as well as external consultants and advisors. In terms of industry trends, companies are increasingly leveraging digital technologies such as artificial intelligence and blockchain to improve supply chain visibility and transparency. Challenges in this step include identifying relevant and reliable sources of information and ensuring that best practices are applicable to the company's specific context. IT functionalities leveraged in this step include data analytics tools for identifying trends and patterns in benchmarking data. 3. Evaluate current processes. Conduct a thorough evaluation of your current sourcing and procurement processes, including strengths and weaknesses. Key components of this step include mapping out current processes and identifying pain points and bottlenecks. Key roles involved in this step include procurement and supply chain managers, as well as process improvement specialists. In terms of industry trends, companies are increasingly adopting agile and lean methodologies to streamline their sourcing and procurement processes. Challenges in this step include obtaining accurate and complete data on current processes and ensuring that the evaluation is objective and unbiased. IT functionalities leveraged in this step include process mapping tools and workflow automation software. 4. Identify areas for improvement. Identify areas for improvement based on the evaluation of your current processes and best practices research. Key components of this step include prioritizing improvement opportunities based on their impact and feasibility. Key roles involved in this step include procurement and supply chain managers, as well as cross-functional teams responsible for implementing process improvements. In terms of industry trends, companies are increasingly focusing on supplier collaboration and risk management as key areas for improvement. Challenges in this step include aligning improvement opportunities with overall business strategy and managing change across the organization. IT functionalities leveraged in this step include collaboration platforms and risk management software. 5. Develop a plan of action. Develop a plan of action for implementing best practices and improving processes, including specific goals, responsibilities, and timelines. Key components of this step include developing a roadmap for implementation and identifying key success factors. Key roles involved in this step include procurement and supply chain managers, as well as project managers and change management specialists. In terms of industry trends, companies are increasingly focusing on digital transformation and automation as key enablers of process improvement. Challenges in this step include obtaining buy-in from stakeholders and ensuring that the plan is realistic and achievable. IT functionalities leveraged in this step include project management software and workflow automation tools. 6. Implement changes. Implement changes to the sourcing and procurement process, including process improvements and best practices, and monitor progress. Key components of this step include training and communication, as well as ongoing monitoring and evaluation. Key roles involved in this step include procurement and supply chain managers, as well as process improvement specialists and change management champions. In terms of industry trends, companies are increasingly adopting Agile and DevOps methodologies to accelerate the pace of change. Challenges in this step include managing resistance to change and ensuring that the changes are sustainable over the long term. IT functionalities leveraged in this step include training and communication platforms, as well as process automation software. 7. Monitor and evaluate performance. Regularly monitor and evaluate performance against goals and objectives, including supplier performance, cost savings, and process efficiency. Key components of this step include data analysis and reporting, as well as ongoing stakeholder engagement. Key roles involved in this step include procurement and supply chain managers, as well as performance analysts and reporting specialists. In terms of industry trends, companies are increasingly adopting real-time monitoring and predictive analytics to improve performance visibility and agility. Challenges in this step include obtaining meaningful and actionable data and ensuring that the performance metrics are aligned with the overall business strategy. IT functionalities leveraged in this step include data analytics tools and performance dashboards. 8. Continuously improve. Continuously assess and improve the sourcing and procurement process based on performance data and feedback. Key components of this step include ongoing process optimization and innovation, as well as continuous stakeholder engagement. Key roles involved in this step include procurement and supply chain managers, as well as innovation and continuous improvement specialists. In terms of industry trends, companies are increasingly focusing on sustainability and circular economy principles as key drivers of continuous improvement. Challenges in this step include sustaining momentum and avoiding complacency. IT functionalities leveraged in this step include innovation management platforms and crowdsourcing tools. 9. Collaborate with stakeholders. Collaborate with internal stakeholders, such as procurement and supply chain teams, as well as external stakeholders, such as suppliers, to ensure a successful benchmarking process. Key components of this step include building relationships and fostering collaboration, as well as sharing best practices and lessons learned. Key roles involved in this step include procurement and supply chain managers, as well as relationship managers and collaboration specialists. In terms of industry trends, companies are increasingly adopting multi-stakeholder approaches and ecosystem thinking to drive innovation and value creation. Challenges in this step include managing competing priorities and ensuring that the collaboration is mutually beneficial. IT functionalities leveraged in this step include collaboration platforms and supplier relationship management software. We really thank you for your time spent on this session. Feel free to meet our partners by sending an inquiry email to contact us at t24global.com. Most of our partners have 15 to 20 years industry experience. So, please get in touch For any quick, managed, business process and IT consulting needs,